Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 11th Region Basketball Tournament here at Lexington Catholic. It's going to be the Knights tonight at home. That's right, they're at home here in the 11th Region Tournament. They moved it a couple of years ago to the site of the district winner. And tonight's that's the 29-2 Lexington Catholic Knights. They'll take on Franklin County and Tony Wise. Brandon Salzman, the head coach of Lexington Catholic, and William Warfield, the king of stream, joins me on the broadcast here tonight. You got Franklin County, William, with a 16-15 record. They're led, of course, by their big guy. They've got Joe Metter, a 6'9 senior, Zach Cox, a 5'9 sophomore, averages 13 points. And Lexington Catholic, of course, they've got a lot of weapons. It starts with Ben Johnson, and then you got Jack Goldman, who averages 12.5 points a game. You got Ryan Russell, Luke Wedding, Peyton Pelfrey, Jackson Smith, Ian Rothbauer. Any of those guys are capable of double figures.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, honestly, Gary, when you look up and down the bench there for Lexington Catholic, they go about 10 deep, maybe even more than that, because I have seen a couple times this season where, Salzman would clear the bench, and then you got guys coming in there contributing to the game. So Catholic, perhaps one of their best teams of all time here working with this one, and I rank them right up there with that state championship team. I can't hype it yet until they get the trophy,
right.
but as of right now, at that point in the season where that team was at, Catholic pretty much neck and neck. Yeah,
I think when we did the region coaches show at Rafferty Sunday, I think even the coaches out there with us and on the phone with us, they thought that, on paper at least, that Lexington Catholic was the prohibitive favorite to win this 11th region, especially since even though Douglas is sitting there with a 20-10 record, they've got a fine basketball team. I think Henry Clay getting knocked out, I think that gave a lot of confidence to this Lexington Catholic team.
Yeah, I think so too.
They didn't need much confidence.
Yeah, they didn't even much confidence at all. They've got it out there. So I tell you, the thing about Franklin County, though, they are quick. They played a close game with Catholic earlier in the season. So, Tony Wise has probably got his guys coming in here saying, hey, we've got an opportunity, but you are here in Lexington. That's the other thing. You were in Frankfort before.
They are very big. Philip Pfeiffer is a 6'6 junior. Joe Metter is a 6'9 senior, so they got a lot of size. That's something Catholic doesn't have, is a lot of size, although they all, when you look at Ben Johnson and down Luke Wedding down the line, they all go about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah. Yeah, you've got consistency in height there for Lexington Catholic, and, up and down, like you said, everybody's over 6 foot tall just about on that roster. So Franklin County, you got some smaller guys in there. For example, number 10, who's number 10 out there for Franklin? That's
Atkinson.
Brandon
Atkinson.
So he's probably sitting in there at 5 foot 5'7" maybe.
They list him at 5'8". So Lexington Catholic comes in with an outstanding record, as we said, 29-2, trying to win their 30th ball game here tonight at Lexington Catholic. If they win tonight, it will be their 30th win. So, you look at the season, William Warfield overall, and Lexington Catholic looking for the 30th win. Frankfort looking for 17. This would be a huge upset if Franklin County came in here and knocked off Lexington Catholic.
Oh, yeah, it'd be unbelievable upset. I think everybody's got Lexington Catholic in that championship game already. I know I certainly have got them circled. You've heard me being very vocal about it. So yeah, I would personally be, not disrespect to the Franklin County people, but I would be crushed, because I think Lexington Catholic is so daggone good. Yeah,
they are a very good basketball team, and they all really like to play the defensive side and cause havoc with that press for Lexington Catholic. Franklin County, they know they got their hands full here tonight at Lexington Catholic. And it looks like we're going to start this thing early, William.
Yeah, the clock's ticking down, so I'm ready if you're ready. That's the question.
Yeah, we're going to start it just a tad early with the introductions and the prayer and I guess the national anthem here at the Buter Gymnasium here at Lexington Catholic, as Lex Cath makes their way to the bench. Franklin County has made their way to the bench. Tony Wise's ball club. The officials are out of the 7th region. We found that out at the draw they had Saturday at Eastern, that they're coming out of the 7th region, so we have no idea who they are. But we know the region they're out of. That's a tough Louisville region, the 7th region.
Yeah, 7th region is always always good. 6th, 7th, 8th, 11th, 12th, always competitive. Did I leave anybody else out? Maybe the 10th?
Well, the 10th is very good. They got Clark County this year. Of course, Bourbon County fell, just kind of knocked out of the tournament, just like Henry Clay did.
Yeah, Montgomery County knocked them out, didn't they? I got to listen into this, Gary. I know what's wrong with that.
As we begin, please stand for our pregame prayer, followed immediately by the national anthem. The prayer this evening will be presented by a senior cheerleader here at Lexington Catholic, Gracie Hardy.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear God, thank you for bringing us all here to play a fair and safe game tonight. Let us all play our best and be good representations of our schools. Thank you for the sport, and please keep all athletes safe tonight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
For the visitors on the scoreboards, tonight in the dark uniforms, the Flyers and their starters at guard, number 11, Derek King. At guard, number 13, Cameron Phelps. At forward, number 22, Philip Pfeiffer. At guard, number 23, Zach Cox. And at forward, number 34, Joe Better. And coach of the Flyers, Tony Wise. And now introducing the home team on the scoreboard tonight in the white uniforms, the Knights and their starters. At guard, number 3, Jack Goldman. At guard, number 4, Peyton Pelfrey. At forward, number 10, Jackson Smith. At guard, number 32, Luke Redding. Also at guard, number 33, Ben Johnson. Head coach of the Knights, Brandon Salzman. Your officials tonight, Richard Price, Paul Robert, Mike Connell, good for both teams.
King. So we're just about set for the 11th region tournament, and the tap is controlled by Frankfurt. Derek King will pick it up in backcourt. He's working it across, looking over to Cox, gives it to him in the left wing. Cox looking out top to the big guy, Pfeiffer, 6'6", gives it back to King, knocked away and stolen. Good steal there by Pelfrey.
Yeah, Pelfrey, you were able to strip that ball loose. You're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Luke Wedding, three-pointer, good out of the corner. What a start for Luke Wedding, and what a start for the Knights of Lexington Catholic, 3-0. Well, Luke can shoot the three, William. He's at 47% from three. That's getting it done.
Yeah, he's always quick to hit those, too. You know, you come and see him straight out of the gate, you know he's on.
Cox to Metter, went up. I don't know if he's going to try to dunk it, but it went hard off the backboard and missed the shot. Into the lane, and there's a shot put up and in by Pelfrey. Pelfrey with a good drive to the basket, and he went glass on us, and it's 5-0. The lead for Lexington Catholic over Franklin County and the Flyers. Here on Prep Spin. High school basketball 11th region tournament. Cox lines up to three. Bullseye. Zach Cox gets it started for the Franklin County Flyers. And to the basket and hurt his knee a little bit. Luke Wedding, I think that was a knee on knee, William.
Yeah, it looked like it over there, Gary.
Yeah, he's going back a little, rubbing that knee, a little gimpy. Looks like Catholic's in a zone defense. Handed off to Phelps out top. He comes over to Metter. Metter looking down low to Pfeiffer. Can't get it to him. Comes back out to King. Swing it around now to Cox. Cox has a big three. Back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer had 15 points against Catholic in that first. Knocked away. Good hands. Good steal by Goman. Goman down court. Stops on the elbow. Got it. Boy, that kind of sums up Jack Goman's season. He's had a terrific season, William. He's averaging 12.5 points, second leading scorer on the team, and, boy, he made that look easy.
Yeah, he's had an outstanding year this season. I didn't expect the kind of season he's had, but he's really had a really good year.
7-3. Lexington Catholic, 5:44 to go in the first quarter here from the Buter Gymnasium. Down low, Pfeiffer to the basket, up and in. Use the left hand. So it's 7-5. The lead cut to 2. Across the line is Peyton Pelfrey. Pelfrey out top. He swings to Jackson Smith. Over to Ben Johnson. Hands it to Luke Wedding. A deep three off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Metter. He tips it back now to Phelps, and he gives it to who else? Derek King. He's the point guard. That's who you give it to, William, the point guard.
See what Derek King can do here. He's trying to slow down the pace a little bit. 7-5 ball game.
7-5, and King down the lane to the basket on the right side. Posting up Pfeiffer. They get it out top to Metter. Metter gets it over to Cox. Back around, they swing it to King. Back to Zach Cox. Cox into the paint, goes to Metter. And it's knocked away by Ben Johnson, and then a steal. He stripped it right. He wanted it worse. And dunks it. Ben Johnson just wanted that thing, didn't he?
He sure did. I knew the dunk was coming up there. He had hops and warm-ups, Gary.
Metter can't handle that high pass from King, and it goes out of bounds.
Watch this on instant replay. Ben Johnson throwing it down. Our OTP, overtime performance.
And Jacob Lewis, a 6'4 senior, checked in for Metter. As he goes, here's Ben Johnson, in and out. Rebounded by Cox of Franklin County. 9-5, Lexington Catholic on top. 4:15 to go in this first quarter. Gary Ball with the king of stream, William Moorfield. Zach Cox out top. To the basket, little elbow shot. Back of the rim, no, gets his own rebound miss, and then takes it back out of there. Down low, and there's going to be a push from behind as it's going to go against Pelfrey.
I gotta move this a little closer to me because I'm yanking on my headset over here. Sorry about that.
Yep. Jacob Lewis in there, we said, for Franklin County. And they're trying to get it out top. And they do. They get it out there to Phelps. Phelps, 3:55 over to Cox. Looking down low to Pfeiffer. Instead, they come over to Phelps. Out to Cox. Penetrates to the basket. Throws it up, draws the foul. And Goldman was there. Who else was there, William? They could have called that on a number of guys. Jack Goldman picked up the foul. That's his first foul. We're at the 11th Region Basketball Tournament. Tomorrow night, we'll have the girls' semifinals over at Eastern Kentucky. It all moves back over there. Thursday night, the boys' semifinals. I'll be there for that. And then Friday, the girls' championship at 7. And Saturday, the boys' 11th Region title game at 5 o'clock, William. All that from Eastern Kentucky University.
Got a lot going on this week. And
it's a busy week.
And then, of course, get ready for the Sweet 16s coming up.
Cox has 4 points as he nails one of those 2 free throws. That's 4 points for Zach Cox, who averages 12.5. 9-6. 3:39 here in this first. Ben Johnson, right side free throw line, extended, penetrates, gives it back over to Luke Wedding. I guess the knee's okay. Yes, it's okay. Good by Luke Wedding. That's his second three. He's got 6 points, and the lead is 6, 12-6 for Lex Cath.
Yeah, Luke 2 out of 3 from behind the line.
Yeah, he's a 47% three-point shooter. It goes on the right side. That shot wouldn't go over there from Lewis, but they get it back anyway. Franklin County, Cox has it. Penetrates between the legs on Goman. Cox. Back it comes now. King lines it up, in and out. Battle for it, and Ben Johnson rebound. That's something Ben gives you too. He's a leading rebounder for Catholic.
He hustles.
6 a game to the basket, won't go. Flying through there with the rebound. Nicely done there by Lewis. Gets it back to Derek King. 12-6. Lexington Catholic, we're going to get Ian Rothbauer up off the Catholic bench. Good student section in here tonight. It's a good crowd in here, isn't it?
Yeah, they're still piling in, too, because the original start time for this game was scheduled to be at 8 o'clock, and we got it started about 6 or 7 minutes early.
You're right. So that's going to turn it over to Catholic. Ian Rothbauer in the game. Jack Goman out. (12-6). Peyton Pelfrey works it across, bounces over the right side, gives it up there to Smith.
Nice.
Down low, Ben Johnson up and in. That's 4 for Johnson. It's 14-6. Catholic trying to pull away here a little bit. 8-point lead now. Lewis throws it down low, knocked away by Wedding. He was trying to go down low to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer had 15 points and 10 rebounds against Catholic in that first meeting they played this year. So they're trying to get him the ball, William. Pfeiffer, King, way out it comes, out top to Cox. Cox gives it back to Phelps. Pfeiffer posting up low. They get it back to Phelps. He comes out to King. Down low it goes now. Pfeiffer with the left hand rolls off and rebounded by Catholic's Jackson Smith.
Yeah, I was going to say Smith came down with that one.
Good job by Smith. 14-6, a minute 45 here in this first quarter. Rothbauer has it. He just checked into the game for Goman. Comes out top, Luke Wedding, and that's off the front of the iron. He's 2 for 4 now from 3.
50% still.
Yeah, that's still pretty darn good. Right side it goes now to King. King on the right, gives it back to Cox. He lets it rip, and off the rim, no good, rebounded. Another good rebound there by Jackson Smith. One of the leading field goal shooters. I mentioned that the other night at the 43rd. There's Ben Johnson in the lane. Gives it over to Luke Wedding, and he's 3 for 5 now. With that third three-pointer, 9 points for Wedding. He's staying out of foul trouble, and he's knocking down threes, William.
Yeah, I mean, what Franklin County's doing right now is they're concentrating all this concentration on Goman and Johnson, leaving Wedding open.
Knocked away, coming out Wedding. Gets it out to Pelfrey. Pelfrey stripped away. Good job by King, and he gets it back in backcourt. King and Phelps working. He comes over now to Cox. Cox crossover dribble, a fadeaway jumper, and knocks it down. So Cox has got 6 points. He's got 6 of the 8. It's 17-8 Catholic. Catholic, of course, number 1 in the state in the RPI rankings.
That was actually a pretty shot.
Yeah, that was a good move there by Zach Cox. He's a 5'10 sophomore. Only a sophomore, William. He's got 6 points in this 11th region game. 6 of the 8. Good crowd in here.
Yeah, the top half of the bowl in here is starting to fill up on both sides.
Yeah, we got the band down here to our right. That's the Franklin County band.
Yeah, they're good, too, and their dance teams here, at Catholic's dance teams here.
Ben Johnson tripped up a little bit, and that foul is going to go on Pfeiffer. Philip Pfeiffer, a 6'6 junior. We're going to get Michael Hawkins, and also Colson Perry will come in for Smith and Pelfrey. 5 seconds, that's all that is left in this first quarter of action. And Catholic will try to get the shot off. They go to Ben Johnson. He's at three-point range on the left side, knocks it down. 7 for Ben Johnson. It's 20-8. Lexington Catholic leading Franklin County. Big quarter for Luke Wedding, had 9. Big quarter for Ben Johnson, he had 7. Zach Cox with 6, leads Franklin County. It's the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball 11th Region Tournament Game of the Week, 20-8. after the first quarter. Catholic on top of Franklin County. We'll be back to the Buter Gymnasium after this on the Mingy Beef Jerky Game of the Week.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Back here at Lexington Catholic High School, William Warfield alongside the legend, Gary Ball.
Thank you very much. Lexington Catholic 20-8, and Zach Cox had 6 points for Franklin County of the 6 of the 8. Ben Johnson with 7, and Luke Weddy with 9 in that first quarter, William.
Waiting for coverage.
Rothbauer. William.
I'm sorry.
Ben Johnson has it out top, and Franklin County's packing in the zone. Back they kick it to Luke Wedding. Over to Colson Perry. Comes back to Luke Wedding. Ben Johnson out top. He'll line up the 3. Got it. What was up with Mr. Brueggemann?
Oh, he was just telling me Tony was upset because he couldn't make it, so he's watching it at home.
Oh, okay. We'll say, hey, Tony, how you doing there, big guy? Is that foot getting better? Here's a steal by Ben Johnson. Goes down and dunks it.
Of course, I missed it. I'm trying to fix this daggone video board.
That's 12 for Ben Johnson and a quick timeout for Franklin County. They're down 17, 25-8 with 7:16 to go here in the first half of action on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week at Lexington Catholic.
Well, folks, sorry about that. I'm multitasking over here a ton, and in doing so, I was trying to fix their video board. There was sound going on the video, and I had to cut it off real quick. Therefore, I missed the dunk, and I apologize.
Lexington Catholic, well, we didn't have it on. You mean we didn't video it?
Yeah, I didn't have it on video.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You had the play call. But I didn't have
okay,
the
yeah.
video.
I'm talking about Johnson with the steal. He's got 12 points already, Ben does.
Yeah.
9 for Luke Wedding. Right side he goes, and they try to dump it, and a steal by Colson Perry. Perry down court, dribbles all the way down, dribble drive, and gives it up over to Rothbauer. Back to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson out top to the basket. Rebounded away by Derek King. Gives it to Brandon Atkinson. They go back over to Pfeiffer. Back swinging. Joe Metters back in there, the big 6'9" senior. Back it comes over now to Lewis. Derek King with it. 6:25 in the first half. 25-18 here gets the winner of the Douglas game, as Douglas was playing at home tonight, weren't they? Here's a steal by Perry. And he's going to be fouled. And there's a little extracurricular.
I was going to say a little extra contact in there.
Yeah. Perry and Brandon Atkinson mixing it up. Drive down, Ben Johnson banks it up and in. He's already got 14 points.
Amazing.
27-8.
And they're really concentrating on him, too. That's the thing.
Joe Metter tries to bank it in, and Ian Rothbauer pulls off the miss. Give it to Ben Johnson. To the basket, and he puts it up and into. Ben Johnson is having an incredible first half. You got 5:44 to go. It's 29-8.
30-second timeout here.
And that's 16 for Johnson already.
I'm going to play that last bucket by Johnson. It's our OTP instant replay here. We'll see. Right there, man. Nice job.
Ben Johnson playing really above the rim tonight. He's got a couple of dunks. He's taking it to the basket very strong. And Lexington Catholic has a 29-8 lead over Franklin County. Lexington Catholic 29-2. Franklin County 16-15 coming in. Joe Metter gets it in bounds to Derek King. King back to Joe Metter.
They almost knocked that one loose.
Back to King. Got to get it across in 10 seconds to Metter. And he gets it over to Atkinson. Back it comes now to Derek King. King penetrates, gets it over to Metter. Here's a three-pointer, and he knocks it down.
Well, Franklin County needed that one.
First bucket for Joe Metter, and it's a three. 29-11. That kind of puts a thumb in that dike, doesn't it? It was an avalanche by Catholic.
You're talking about.
And shot up and in by Rothbauer on the assist from Hawkins. What a great pass by Michael Hawkins.
There's a replay on that one that we'll show everybody. Nice finish. Overtime performance. Instant replay. I want to thank Overtime Performance for sponsoring our replays during the tournaments, Gary. Also, Central Bank, want to thank those fine folks, Whitaker Bank.
Rafferty's Restaurant.
Rafferty's and Mingy Beef Jerky, official game day snack and prep spoon.
Yep. Free throws good by Rothbauer. He has 3 points.
I think John Sims and Atkinson Sims and Kermode being a normal sponsor on our network.
Yeah, we always think those guys are great. Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. John Sims. Son John Martin's a good little player.
Yes, he is.
Swing it around to King. Derek back to Cox. Back to Derek King. He thought about that deep three. Now he's going to let it go. Back of the rim, no. And rebound, no. And picked up by Rothbauer. Gives it to Ben Johnson. He's already got 16. He hands it to Jackson Smith. Knocks it down. First bucket for State's second leading field goal shooter, Jackson Smith.
I was talking to some of the guys. They said you can't beat Jackson Smith in a game of horse.
Yeah, he's just behind the Glenn kid at Mayo. Shot put up and in by Pfeiffer. That's his 4th point. 34-13, Lexington Catholic. Tomorrow night, 6:30 will be the girls' action. And shot out front, one go by Smith and rebounded by Joe Metter. You know, Metter's 6'9".
Yeah.
He's a big kid. Cox gives it back to Metter. Over it comes now to King. Swings it around to Cox. He lets the three go. Bullseye. That is 9 points for Cox. Cuts the lead to 18, 34-16, Lexington Catholic. Catholic trying to win their 30th ball game tonight, William. That's impressive.
Well, that will equal the amount of wins that the 2002 team had, Gary.
Ben Johnson. Goodness gracious. 19 already. My scoring's unofficial, but I got him with 19. Metter. Back to Mattinson. Here's Metter out front, and he knocks down another three.
I think the
6 points for Metter.
I think the students over there are already calling for some of the younger players to come in the game.
And there's a scoop and a score by Jack Goman. Goodness gracious.
Let's try it again here on the overtime performance replay.
3 minutes, 3 seconds to go in this first half. Lexington Catholic is all over Franklin County, 39-19.
They said that Douglas is all over Berea. Of course, I think we kind of figured that one out. But
Madison Central and Tates Creek will probably be a good ball game, William.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great game.
Goldman misses the free throw, uncharacteristic of him. He's usually an excellent free throw shooter. Second on the ball club.
I think that Frankfurt game is going to be good tonight with Scott County, too.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good ball game. You're right. Good matchups tonight in those two games. And he throws it away. Atkinson threw it over on the right side. And Luke Wedding back in. And Going out will be Ian Rothbauer. Luke Wedding has 3 3-pointers. Ben Johnson has 3. He has 19 points. William Warfield, the king of string. 19 for Ben Johnson. We got 2:36 in the first half. And to the basket, shot wouldn't go there for Jackson Smith. Rebounded, coming out there with it is Cox for Franklin County. Thought about pulling it up. And we're going to have a 3-second lane violation against Pfeiffer.
Oh, wow. How many times have you seen that this season where they call 3 seconds? Not very many, have you?
No, you haven't. Because you got to be pitching a 10 in there before they're going to call it.
Yeah.
I guess he was pitching a 10. 2:15 to go. Backdoor to Smith. To the basket, puts it up and in, and he will get the soup and the sandwich.
Well, I tell you what, Rafferty's must be feeding these Knights real good tonight because they got soup and sandwich several times.
That was a great move by Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith goes to the basket. Doesn't go to Washington. He goes to the basket.
You must have had some of that potato soup.
I know you love that stuff.
Man,
you had some of that.
You could just hook me up to an IV of that potato soup. I love that stuff.
Yeah, you had a bowl of that the other day over there at the coach's show. That was fun, William.
Yeah, we had a lot of good feedback off of that.
Yeah, you had a good hookup with the phone connections. We got a lot of coaches over the phone.
We ought to start doing that a little bit more often.
Yeah. Zach Cox to the basket, out to Metter, back to Cox. Penetrates. Cox over to Metter. Back to Cox. He lines up to 3. Front of the iron, no good. And we're going to have a foul called. Jake Thomas is in there, a 6'2 senior. And yeah, they called that on Catholic. They called the foul on Catholic. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Guess I missed that one.
Coach Salzman just trying to calm his kids down there. They were trying to question the call, but he definitely doesn't want anybody kicked out of the game tonight.
Metter, that's right, because they missed the next game, which would be a regional semifinal game.
With Douglas.
They would play Douglas, yeah. Douglas. And there is a nice move by Goman. He switched over to the left hand and banked it in. Great move by Mr. Goman, who might be the quarterback this year on the football team, they say.
That's what I hear. Him and Brownell.
Yeah, Brownell will battle for it.
Battle in the spring for it.
Yep. Here's a long pass. Great pass. What a pass by Mr. Johnson.
My goodness, that thing was a thread.
He threaded the needle. Here's a steal. Goman up and in. 10 points for Goman. 48-19. In the corner, Metter a 3. Off the mark. And rebounded by Jack Goman. Goman to Ben Johnson on the right side. Ben tries to throw it down low, and it's picked off by Metter.
Gary, you're 8 points away from this one right here being a running clock.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's 48-19. 44 seconds. Into the lane. Bounce down low, and a block by Luke Wedding on his shot by Thomas. We're going to get back in. Derek King and also Jacob Lewis for Franklin County. Franklin County's girls won last night, didn't they, Big?
Yep, they did.
I think it's between them and Scott County for the 11th Region girls. I really do.
I think Scott County will definitely be in there, but I think Dunbar's going to be the other team.
Left side he goes, baseline jumper. That wouldn't go for Phelps, and rebounded Ben Johnson. And for some reason, Atkinson fouls him 100 feet away from the basket.
And the boys, I've been very vocal about this, you know, on the boys' side. I think, obviously, Lexington Catholic wins it all. But in that championship game, Gary, who do you like?
Well, you know it'll be them and Douglas in the semifinals, so they won't play them in the final. I think I like maybe Tate's Creek.
You can go with Tate's Creek or possibly even Madison Central, maybe.
Yeah, they're playing tonight at Central.
Of course, they got a tough game with Tate's Creek, like you said.
Yep. 5 seconds. Ben Johnson with 19. Good pass, and Smith puts it up and in at the halftime horn. He's got 7. 50-19, a 31-point spread for Lexington Catholic at halftime. And we've got, of course, viewers, special viewers tonight. It's halftime. It's all Lexington Catholic 50, Franklin County 19.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man.
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever,
All right, who's hungry?
mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit
You're
checks,
in timeout.
pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with pop money, and more.
Hey.
So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
At Atkinson Sims and Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees? Through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop, you can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
At Atkinson Sims and Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy. Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and Prep Spin.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those.
We are back here at live at halftime. William Warfield here alongside Gary Ball, and Tates Creek has defeated Madison Central, we're being told, at the buzzer, 57-55. So
Tates Creek advances to the semis Thursday night. We'll have both those games, and they will play the winner of Scott County and Frankfort. And you like Frankfort in that game, don't you, William?
Yeah, I said Frankfort would win that game, but we'll see. Tates Creek, Tates Creek defeating Madison Central tonight. That's a huge win for Tates Creek, and they're moving on to the semifinals, Gary Ball.
Yep, we're in the Final Four of the 11th region. Lexington Catholic looking very strong, 50-19 here at halftime, looking like they'll be in the semifinals. They will play. Douglas was a big lead. They had a big lead in their game, didn't they, William?
Yeah, Douglas was up big time on Berea, which we expected them to be. So Douglas will move on. They'll face the winner of this game, which should be Lexington Catholic.
Then you will have Tates Creek, and they'll take on the Scott County. That game, I'm telling you, they started at 7 o'clock. That game should be about over.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna run down to the scores table real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's 50-19 here at halftime, and looking at the first half of stats for Lexington Catholic, you had 19 points for Big Ben Johnson, and he also had a couple of rebounds and a steal and 7 assists. Goodness gracious. Young man's unbelievable tonight. And then you had 10 points for Jack Goman, 7 for Jackson Smith, and only 2 turnovers by Catholic in the entire first half. 12 turnovers by Franklin County. They were led in scoring by Zach Cox, who was 3 of 6 from shooting, 1 of 2 from the three-point land. He had 9 points, and they got 6 points from Joe Metter on 2 of 4 shooting from three-point range. Rebounding edge, total rebounds 14 to 11. Franklin County has the edge there. They got 4 from Pfeiffer, so the edge for Franklin County. So a big half for Ben Johnson, 19 points, William, but most importantly for Ben, 7 assists in that first half of action. Man, he was really spotting those open players. I mean, you saw him thread the needle on that one down there.
Yeah, that's a beautiful pass right there. I'm going to definitely put that up as a highlight later on tonight. But, yeah, let me see if I can actually pull that up.
So what?
I just ran downstairs and back up some.
So Tates Creek got the big win tonight over Madison Central at Madison Central, 57 to 55.
Right there's that pass, Gary.
Yeah, he threaded the needle with that one.
What a heck of a pass there by Johnson.
Lexington Catholic will take on Douglas, was leading big over. We're trying to get a final in that Douglas game, folks. So if anybody knows the final on Douglas, Berea, give me or William a text or put it out on Twitter and just give us a final. We know that Scott County and Frankfort, we're trying to get a final on that one too. That's about to go final, I believe, William. It started at 7 o'clock. So all the other games are pretty much final. So I'll go to my scoreboard show here in a moment, see if I get any other updated scores.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm looking on Twitter too just to see.
Yeah, Douglas, my goodness. They won by 41 points, 73 to 32. And Scott County, it goes final, 71-58 over Frankfort.
71 to 58?
Scott County. So that sets up the semifinals. Scott County and Creek, and Douglas will take on Lexington Catholic, who's only at halftime here, but they lead 50 to 19. So barring a implosion by Lexington Catholic or something really, crazy. So those are the regional semifinals will be Thursday night. We'll have all the 11th region semis tomorrow night in the girls' side, and boys' side Thursday, the girls' championship Friday night, the boys' championship Saturday night at 5 o'clock from Eastern Kentucky University. 50 to 19 here. We'll step out here on Prep Spin, and it's 50 to 19. Lexington Catholic will be back after this timeout on the Mingy Beef Jerky Game of the Week.
Outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school, it's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
You're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh cut grass, or the deep breaths from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
At Atkinson Sims and Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
Got more score updates here as it looks like Scott County has defeated Frankfort, we're being told. And then, obviously, we gave you the Tays Creek score. Tays Creek defeated Madison Central. Well, also, we just got word, Gary, that who else just won?
Douglas. By 41 points. Yeah.
Douglas and Catholic won each other for part 2, right?
Yeah. Be careful what you ask for. So Metter will start. He'll start with King, Zach Cox. You got Pfeiffer, and down low to Pfeiffer, puts it up, no, and draws a foul. We had 9 fouls called in that first half, and in the first 8 seconds of this second half, we get a foul call. That goes on Ben Johnson, his first foul. Ben Johnson had 19 first half points for Catholic. Free throw, no good there for Mr. Pfeiffer. He's a 6'6" junior, averaging over 7 points and over 6 rebounds for the Flyers of Tony Wise of Franklin County. Got it. 5 points for Phillip. 50-20. What, you got to get a 35-point spread before it's a mercy rule, is that right?
Before the
lob down to Wedding, and he can't handle it. And that was Mr. Johnson looking for his eighth assist, but Luke Wedding got up for it, but couldn't quite come up with that one.
They were talking about that in the locker room. I'm sure they probably, hey, man, you got to throw me a lob.
Zach Cox looking at the pressure. Backcourt to Metter. They get it down low now. Pfeiffer cutting through, and it won't go. And Luke Wedding comes in and rebounds. Clears it out to Goman. Goman looking to Ben Johnson. He lines up the trifecta, in and out, and rebounded, and coming down with it, Pfeiffer. As I said, he had 10 rebounds in their first meeting, 15 points. So Pfeiffer had a big ball game for Franklin County.
Yeah.
They lost to Lexington Catholic by 20-something points, but out top, Metter lines up the knocked it down. Metter's got a nice stroke. Got a nice stroke, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely had one on that one.
50, Luke Wedding goes baseline, puts it up, and then he'll get the soup and the sandwich.
Watch that again on the
11
replay.
for Wedding.
He just excels to the hoop baseline, Gary. Able to finish, Mr. Wedding.
He can put Catholic back up by 30 with 6:49 here in the third quarter of action, and he does. Good free throw shooter, as you might expect. That's 12 for Luke Wedding. So he joins Johnson and Goman in double figures. Johnson leads everybody with 19. They get over to Metter, looking to Cox in the middle. It comes now to King. King looking back to Cox. Instead he goes, works on Johnson. Gets it over to Cox. Cox penetrates, gets it back out to King. Back to Metter. Over it comes now to Cox. Cox shaking and baking, spinning. Gets it back over to Phelps. And we're going to have a reaching foul called on Wedding. It's his first foul. So Luke doing a good job staying out of foul trouble with that first foul here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
6:21 in the third.
Which you can't say that for the last game he played in against State.
No, he got 3 in a hurry. Pfeiffer down low, puts it up and rolls it in. Pfeiffer, that's 6 for him. 53-25. Long pass. Goman throws it up to Wedding. Gets it back to Jackson Smith, and he missed it point blank. Metter comes back to Derek King.
He did what he's supposed to. He just did a little bit too hard. He tried to put it up in there off that box, but there's too much on it. Jackson Smith.
5:45 here in the third quarter. Good crowd here at Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, big crowd.
King thought about it, moves down the paint. Right side, Phelps up and in. That's first basket for Cameron Phelps. Cameron gets his first points. It's 53-27. Lexington by 26. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. In the middle to Smith. Over comes now Pelfrey. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Pfeiffer. I wonder how many rebounds, William, if you'll watch the action.
Sure.
I'm trying to see how many rebounds Pfeiffer had in the first half. He had 4 rebounds, so he's got a couple here. He's got about 6 or 7 rebounds. Does a good job on the boards. 53-27, Lexington Catholic. They will take on Douglas Thursday night. Shot by Phelps off the iron, skips off, and it will be Tates Creek and Scott County in the other semifinal.
Neither one of those teams I would have thought. I mean, Tates Creek I kind of figured. Maybe.
Wedding! It's a white wedding here at Catholic. That Billy Idol used to say that?
Yeah, he did. He used
Big
to have
day
that
for a
song.
white wedding.
Yeah.
He stepped on the 10-second line, no call. 56-27. They come over now to Pelfrey. Off glass, knocks it down. Pelfrey's got his second basket, and it's 31 points, 58-27.
Took us way back to the 80s there, Gary.
I did. I'm giving away my age, aren't I, William? I'm sorry.
I bet you used to drive a DeLorean, didn't you?
No.
No?
Couldn't afford one. Down low, Pfeiffer. He might have traveled, no call, and they're going to call a foul. Went on Wedding. His second. So Luke picks up 2 quick fouls here in the third. 4 minutes to go in the third. It's all Lexington Catholic. They lead 58-27 over Franklin County. Pfeiffer's free throw up and good. He has 8 points now to go with his 7 rebounds. He might have a double-double tonight before it's over with. Pfeiffer. 58-28, 30-point lead for the Knights. Missed the free throw, rebounded by Ben Johnson. Ben had 19.7 assists in that first half. Wedding, right side, looking out top. Luke Wedding gets it to Ben Johnson. Right side, he goes now to Smith, powers it up, no, and rebounded by Pfeiffer. 8 rebounds for Pfeiffer, go with those 8 points. Closing in on that double-double, isn't he?
Yeah. He did a good job defensively there, too. He waited for for Jackson Smith to kind of fake and for his
Cox, no good on that three-pointer, and rebounded by King. King goes down low, kicks it in. There's going to be a travel on Derek King of Franklin County. Ian Rothbauer comes in, and Colson Perry comes in. Perry he's a little spark off that bench, isn't he?
When you yelled a while ago, you had a couple of baseball players stare at you.
Huh?
A couple of these baseball players over here started staring at you when you yelled really loud a while ago.
Oh, did they? Perry, Wedding, goes in, right side crossover, left hand won't go, but he draws the foul.
Oh, that was the most funniest thing I've seen all season right there, man.
Well, when something exciting happens.
Good times. Good times.
Wedding knocks down the free throw. He's got 12 now. Going out will be Pfeiffer, and coming in will be Lewis. Bob Cranfield and Jacob are watching. Go Catholic. Shout out to Bob Cranfield. Big time win here for Catholic. They lead 59-28. Pass on the left side and picked off by Luke Wedding. Wedding gets it up over to Rothbauer. Down low to Smith, posting up. In trouble, gets it back now to Rothbauer. Swings it out to Ben Johnson. He lines up an NBA three. Good. Ben Johnson, 22, and that was from NBA range. The lead is 34. 62-28. And there's a steal by Ben Johnson. Ben to the basket and a dunk. 24 for Ben Johnson. Lead is 36. Now it's a running clock, William Moorfield.
All right, so we got to check that one out again.
Why did they stop the clock? Clock keeper made a mistake. It's 64-28. That should be a running clock, right? 36-point lead.
Well, I think the officials got to tell them first before they actually start it. Now Coach Salzman's calling for it.
Yeah, got to wake them up. 2:08. There's a three-pointer and off the mark and rebounded by Smith. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. 64-28. And Luke Wedding is going to be fouled. Now they keep it running.
Yeah.
Should have kept it running before that.
Well, you got to have the official tell them first of all to do it.
And now they stop it.
Because you got subs coming in. Somebody's heard a sub or a free throw will stop it.
I don't think in basketball, other than an injury, I don't think anything stopped the running clock.
Free throw, a timeout, or an injury.
I knew a timeout did, yeah. Colson Perry. Matthew Papin's in the ball game.
Crowd favorite.
Yep. And Wilson Hampton's in there. Hawkins over to Hampton. Knocked away and picked off by Franklin County. King. Metter, three-pointer. Got it. That's the fourth three-pointer by Joe Metter, and it's 64-31. Under a minute to go here in this third quarter. In the middle, picked off by King. Lead out to Cox, and he scoops up, and a nice move by Cox. It's 11 for Cox. 64-33. 45 seconds. Over to Hampton. Over to Papin. Back to Hampton. Trying to go down low, throws it away. Try to get a little bit too fancy there.
Yeah.
So here's all the winners. Douglas won big by 41 over Berea. Madison Central fell to Tates Creek. Tates Creek won by 2. And Scott County defeated Frankfort. So those are your three of your Final Four teams. Lexington Catholic will move on to the semifinals. That'll be Thursday night at Eastern Kentucky. 6:30 is the game start on the Catholic Douglas game, I believe. To the basket. King won't go. That's into the third quarter. It's all Lexington Catholic. 64-33. They lead Franklin County. We'll be back here with the fourth quarter here on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week. We're back here with the fourth and final quarter. Lexington Catholic 64, Franklin County 33. We have a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Gary Ball with William Moorfield, the king of stream. Down low now to Hawkins. Back door, and there's a shot put up and in, and it's Hampton. Assist to Hawkins, 66-33. They've doubled the score on Franklin County. Lexington Catholic will play Douglas Thursday night in the semifinals, and Tates Creek will take on Scott County. That surprises me. The score kind of surprised me on that Scott County game.
Yeah, me too.
And up and in, and that's going to be Madison. Yep, Jaden Madison, first basket. Just checked in there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ball. I'm not on the ball tonight.
A little discombobulated?
Man, I tell you what. I had 2 daggone mini controls over here working with tonight.
Yeah, well, you won't have that problem Thursday night.
Yeah, or tomorrow night for the girls' matchup.
Yeah, you'll be joined by Julie Muntz. I've got the Scholastic Ball Report tomorrow night. Down low, shot up and in, and it's good for Hampton, and he'll get the soup and the sandwich.
We might as well watch the soup and the sandwich take place again. Watch Hampton, looking like his sister out there. Mary.
Yeah, she's got game too, doesn't she?
Yeah, looking like Mary Hampton.
And he connects on the free throw. 5 points for Wilson Hampton, a 6'1" senior guard for Catholic. They lead 69-34. 6:45 to play. Cox, Odometer looking for his 5th three-pointer off the rim and rebounded by Wilson Hampton. Back tap. And picked off by Franklin County. Coming away with it, Derek King. Over to Cox. Little floater, knocks it down. That's a nice soft touch there by Zach Cox. He's got 13.
Got the steal and put it up too.
Cox, he's got 15 now.
Cox is everywhere down there, Gary.
The clock is not running for some reason, William Moorfield. Should be running. They've stopped it like 3 times. Down low, Cox, and puts it up and in. He's got 17. He had 9 at half. He's got 8 points here in this second half. 69-41. 5:59 to play. Bad pass. Throws it away, as that is going to be John Martin Sims in the ball game.
John Martin Sims, want to give a shout out to his father for being a big supporter of us here on Prep Spin with the Lexington Catholic Network.
Jake Thomas and Phelps check back in along with Brandon Atkinson. He joins Lewis. And Catholic's got Hawkins in, Papin. They've got Colson Perry, Matthew Papin, and number 5 is in there. That's John Martin Sims. They give it over the left side. Atkinson shot, and that's off the mark. And Colson Perry in there fighting. He comes out of there with it. Leads out the pass to Hampton, and ball knocked away with. See, that's it. They keep the clock going. That's good. The clock keeper is on the ball right now. He's dropped the ball a few times in this game. He's on the ball right now. 4:55 to go in this game. Well, you got a running clock. That's why they call it a running clock. And that shot wouldn't go there for Papin.
I want to see Martin Sims. I want to see him get a basket.
Cox, 69-41, lines up to 3, off the mark. Hawkins boxing out nicely. Gives to Matthew Papin. Lexington Catholic's up by 28, 4.5 minutes to play. Join us tomorrow night for the girls' semifinal games. Out of the corner, that's no good there for Hampton. Gets it back, and shot put up and in for John Martin Sims. He'll get the soup and the sandwich.
That's my boy right there, John Martin Sims, getting it done.
Foul on Lewis is his 3rd. Team's 4th foul. 71-41, so they got to keep that clock stopped with free throws. So 30-point lead for the Knights with 4 minutes and 6 seconds to play. So William, the girls' semifinals, it will be Dunbar, and they're playing, who is it, Franklin County?
Yeah.
And Scott County.
Scott County is playing Madison Central.
No, Douglas, right?
Oh, you're talking about boys.
Oh, Great Crossing. Great Crossing.
Yeah, Great Crossing.
Yeah, I'm talking about the
right.
girls tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Shot wouldn't go, and
I got work to do when I get home.
Hawkins put it up and in. Michael Hawkins makes it 73-41. It's all Lexington Catholic. Well, I tell you, Lexington Catholic and Douglas, that'll be interesting, won't it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. think it's going to be a great game. It might be a game that you're going to see go to a couple of overtimes.
Jacob Knopfsinger's in there, and Williams is in there. Is that who they said 24 was?
Yeah.
And we got Ty Ham, number 2's in there. 2:49 to play. And Atkinson down the lane, and he shovels it off, and it's put up and in by the big fella Thomas. That's 2 for him. Losing the handle on it, Williams and Atkinson, and it's blocked.
Oh.
Blocked by the big fella. Who's 31, William? I don't have him on my roster.
Good question, Gary.
And I'm about 15 deep, so
yeah.
Let me see if they got him on this stat sheet. Yeah, Sparks, Hudson Sparks.
Sparks, yeah. Oh yeah, he was on the JV team that we just did their tournament just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but he's not on the varsity roster that I have. Atkinson got them both. And Jack Clemens is 24 in there for Catholic. And stopping and popping there is Hudson Sparks, wouldn't go. And also in there is Knopfsinger.
Gary, you got a couple fans over here want your autograph, it looks like.
Who's that, William? Who hit the 3?
Michael.
That shot wouldn't go out of the corner. And here's another 3. That's no good. Rebounded down low. Shot put up and in by Sparks. Minute 35. That's all that remains. It's all Lexington Catholic. They lead 75-47. And there's going to be a foul on Atkinson as he goes to the basket. They keep that clock running, though.
Can you imagine if the Sparks kid grows a little bit more, put some more weight on his body? It might be good, Gary. Might be good. Obviously, he's already good, but maybe real good.
Atkinson's free throw's too strong. Minute 22 to play. So that sets up the Final Four, the boys' 11th region. And William, it'll be a good one between Lexington Catholic and Douglas. The first game, 6:30, and 8 o'clock. It'll be Tate's Creek. 2-point winner tonight over Centrals. They would take, and that shot out of the corner wouldn't go, and rebounded. I'll tell you, we got big number 30 in there now. That's Max Mulder at 6'7", and number 12 trying to scoop it in there. And that, 1 minute to play. A lot of players in there. Valentine, that's who that is. And layup, and missed the layup there.
You gotta hit those.
Yeah, you gotta hit those. That was Hampton. And the other way, shot put up by Valentine. Tyler Valentine, 39 seconds. Sparks, no good. And you got Jacob Valentine in there. Atkinson back to Valentine, 25 seconds. He launches a deep 3 off the mark. And Lexington Catholic, are they going to get it out? Yes, they do. Driving down and laying it up and in is Tyler Ham.
Thought he's going to dunk it.
11 seconds, 77-49. Catholic wins it going away. There's Atkinson's deep shot, and that's going to be an air ball, and the clock should run out with a running clock. It's all over. Lexington Catholic, they come in and destroy Franklin County. Up by as many as 36 points. They win it by 28 with the subs in there the last 4 or 5 minutes of the ball game. 77-49, and that sets up our semifinals, William Warfield, for the girls tomorrow night at Eastern Kentucky University, 6:30 and 8 o'clock, and then the boys Thursday night, and that will be Lexington Catholic will take on Douglas, Scott County will take on Tate's Creek. Well, we got a good Final Four matchup set up on the boys' side.
Yeah, I can't wait to get over there on Thursday night, Gary Ball, because it's going to be a good one, man.
77-49, and Lexington Catholic moves on to play, of course, Frederick Douglass. Douglas, the upstart team, they knocked off Henry Clay, so that made a believer, and that'll probably get Brandon Salzman attention tomorrow in practice, knowing that they upset Henry Clay, and that's who they play Thursday night.
Yeah, nobody's more hotter right now than these two teams going into this one. So you got Douglas and a really good Lexington Catholic team, two really good teams going toe-to-toe.
Yeah, Matt, and what a big win for Tates Creek tonight over Madison Central by 2 points, 57-55. And what a big win for Scott County, man. They went over there to Frankfort and knocked them off by 13. So Scott County must be playing some good basketball.
That's a shock. I mean, obviously, you got a really good coach at Scott County and Coach
Tim Glenn.
Tim Glenn, yeah. He's really
he folled the legend.
Good to talk to.
Billy Hicks.
Yeah.
So, but that sets up tomorrow night and Thursday night.
And I'm going to say this real quick. I'm sorry, Gary, but not only did he follow the legend Billy Hicks, but he lost a lot of his players to Great Crossing too.
Yeah.
Think about that.
About 11 roster members, I think, is what he told us. Well, that does it for us. 77-49. The victory goes to Lexington Catholic, and really they jumped out and they never looked back as they win it by 28 points. 77-49. Luke, Ben Johnson, I call him Luke again. Hey, Luke Johnson, he's one of the legends. Awesome. Tanner Johnson, he's a legend too. But you look at Ben Johnson, that young man tonight, he had, I believe, with 24. Let's see what we had him with, William. Looking up here, I'm just trying to find Ben Johnson. Yeah, 24 points. He had 8 assists and 4 rebounds. So he leads the Catholic attack. 16, by the way, for Mr. Wedding. So 16 for Wedding tonight as Lexington Catholic wins it. It's going away 77-49. That sets up the girls semifinals tomorrow night at Eastern, 6:30 and 8 o'clock. The boys Thursday night at Eastern, 6:30 and 8 o'clock. Until then, thanks to William Moorfield, the King of Stream, on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week from Lexington Catholic.